Hello everyone, we are back with another Monday message. I'll be hosting today. My name is Jacob Phipps, I'm with the Northern Wake Senior Center. And today we have Miss Kimberly Barade. She's with Elevate Speech Services, and we're going to be talking a bit about her business today. It's nice to have you.
Thanks so much, Jacob. It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's wonderful to have you. All right, so let's just start off with this first question. Could you explain neurogenic speech therapy? Like, what is it?
So the term neurogenic just kind of applies to anything really happening in the brain. When you think about therapy and neurogenics, it's when something isn't happening typically in the brain. So an injury, maybe it's developmental, something like that.
Got it. Well, the more you know. All right, so let's move on to this next question. Do you work with brain trauma, PTSD, stroke victims? I guess what I would really ask is, what groups do you typically work with? Is there a specific group you work with?
So my population of clientele really is anybody 18 or older that needs my services. It could be somebody that suffered a stroke or has Parkinson's or even stutters as an adult or has aged out of the school system, graduated high school, or just is past 18 and doesn't have the available services anymore through the schooling system.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. And what percentage of these groups would you say are like 55 plus, part of the aging population?
I mean, when you think about statistics and aging and disease processes, there are a larger number of people that will need my services as they age. There's current research out that after the age of 65, 1 in 4 people will have suffered a stroke in America.
Wow.
So that's a big chunk of people. Is that the majority of people I see? It depends on who shows up at my door, but all are welcome, big or small problems, and in between.
Gotcha. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So here's my next question. So I saw on your website that you do offer telehealth services. How successful have the telehealth services been, especially when it comes to, I don't know if you've worked with anyone in the aging population, but just how successful have the telehealth services been?
I mean, during consultations, we'll talk a little bit and see what the needs are of that person, and if it's efficient to do it during over telehealth, then it's very effective. People can be in the comfort of their home, maybe they don't have transportation, scheduling might be difficult with jobs or other demands in the household. So as long as I don't need to be hands-on and your environment at home can be conducive to a therapy session where you're not getting distracted constantly, you have a good internet connection, those are really the only requirements, and the therapy is just as good.
Very good to know.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, I have also heard that there is talk of you leading a program coming up here at the Senior Center. It has to do with aphasia. I wanted to know if you could possibly just touch on that really quickly.
Sure. I've connected with the Triangle Aphasia Project, and they're a great resource for people who have aphasia, and I volunteered to kind of be a presence here in Wake Forest for them and host a weekly aphasia group. So that should be starting soon.
Wow.
Stay tuned. We don't have a start date yet, but it will be for people with aphasia and I think care partners as well. So it's great to be able to service those people in need.
That is great. Well, we will be very happy to have you then as well. Just so you know, I'll be dropping a quick phone number there if you need to reach Kimberly or her services. And I'll also be leaving you with the business name and an address. We thank you so much for tuning in to this Monday message. And Kimberly, it was so nice to talk to you today.
Thanks so much, Jacob.